Just bringing you to your depth map here, and as you can see, 22nd, 7:10 was the last reading on this, and if I just zoom out a little bit to give you some perspective, we've got some purple spots. Now I've put this on maximum and I've set it to 1 week because I wanted to catch up on what was going on, and we knew about the Serbian purple spot down here, and we thought it was from a reactor just a little bit further away, about 100 kilometers. And now I find that we've got these two, which are in Budapest, so posting some stuff with that, and obviously a couple of monitoring stations have come up purple there, and this blue, which is like kind of 0.1 to 0.2, sorry, 0.1 to 0.2 microsieverts per hour. You can see underneath the reactor there, there'll be yellow, but above it there's blue, and that could be up to anything up to 0.2 microsieverts, and it's kind of, if you notice the blue, sort of the green colour I should say, is kind of all across Germany. If you go to the north of Germany you get yellow, which is under 0.1 microsieverts. We have an odd purple spot here, and I'll be showing you that's Doel nuclear power plant near Antwerp. Obviously there's some release going on there at the moment, and if we look here, the winds have changed, they're heading north from Hinkley, and looks like Ireland coast there is looking a little bit green, I think it is, or light blue, but we come back to England, and as you can see there, we have got some blue, so we have got up to 1 to 0.2 microsievert, but the winds are now blowing from there, so we're getting some of this, and it's highly likely also that we may be getting some of this. And I'd also take you to Cattenom, where you can see some blue spots, some sort of larger blue spots there. There's two, and they are, they're obviously going to be something in the region of up to 0.3 microsieverts. So we've got 0.3, more than 0.4, and lots of up to 0.2s. That's the kind of thing we're getting there. Also, I'd take you here where you've got some more blues down here in the south of France, and you can see quite a few. There's about 4 of them, 5, and that bears with the fact that my so u-measure.com in Switzerland got a measure of 0.37. Thank you, Mungo, for posting that and giving me a heads up. But that could be from here or here. So either the Budapest is playing up, or which is possible, and possibly a reactor down here is playing up, or has played up, is possible. We have a reactor, obviously a nuclear power plant, obviously emitting something in Antwerp. You can see all the yellow around it, so it's kind of, and it does stick out on its own. And south of that, and also towards Cattenom, we've got lots of blue. So it's hard to say what's polluting what at the moment, but it's certainly getting around. And I'll show you a weather map to show you how it is getting around as well. But that will sort of mean that we're not going to get nice clean air after Hinkley. Ireland's getting Hinkley at the moment, and I'll show you where that's going. and we are getting all the European stuff, which is kind of messy. Anyway, I'll come back to that, I think. So I'll get on with the presentation. Just bringing you to Budapest here on one day on EURDEP. Basically, we have only the monitor at Budapest showing a more than 0.4 microsievert, and we know the winds are going sort of west. Still, Luxembourg is slightly lit up. The issue at Doel in Antwerp may have lessened, and obviously I think you're seeing some more yellows. Well, no, it's probably about the same in the UK, but we are getting some high peaks here, and it does look like that Budapest is chugging away quite happily on its own at the moment, and we'd like to know what that's about, I suspect. Just quickly bringing you to the Czechoslovakian site again, and we were looking at it the other day, and I was just going to show you that we've got 126 nanosieverts, 138, we've got 168, we've got 136. You know, we've got a lot of highs, 141, and that's in Czechoslovakia, and I just thought I would point that out to you. So I mean, you can obviously, I'm going to put the link for this on the website, on the YouTube page anyway, so you can sort of have a look at these yourself. But they're a bit higher than the other day, so I'm not going to dwell on this too much. They're not over the top. I haven't seen anything too crazy, but could probably worth checking out. You know, you can click on, if you look at there, you can click in the bottom left hand corner of these panes, and you get the graphs over a period of time, and quite a useful website this. So I will post it up. I'm just bringing you to the UK here, and as you can see, this was from 6 this morning. So when I was out, and you'll see the Geiger post that I'll do later, to corroborate some of the highs that I was getting and peaks and what have you. But basically the winds are coming from Europe at the moment, and they're kind of heading west, and when they get west, then they start heading north, and some of them then hook around and then end up coming back via the North Sea and then swinging back into England, and some of it also goes towards France, which eventually picks up and comes back towards England, and there's a kind of a circulatory pattern around the British Isles, if you can see that on this. I hope you can. I'll try and scroll in to give you an idea. If you can see those arrows, you see they go straight out, they touch the edge of that, and they also, you know, head up through Ireland. The hinkley stuff's heading up through Ireland on that yellow bit, just under where the orange bit is, and when you get across the top of England, you can see it. There is a sort of a bit that heads south just to the right, and you know, it's very choppy around there, but it does kind of make its way towards, you know, sort of Belgium sort of way, and then it sort of comes back in, and then sort of hits the south coast, and so on and so on. I just thought I'd bring you to that. So, and anything from Europe, just to point out, is kind of being pushed out into the Atlantic and gets picked up on this northerly bit that heads towards the west coast of Ireland, sort of thing. And this storm, I'm going to zoom out a little bit here, and I'm hoping you're going to be able to see, if I press play, I mean, what's going to happen basically is you're going to see this, as the storm strengthens and tightens across the top of England here, where my mouse is, the wind will start curving around sort of under Iceland or around Iceland, and then will come down and will, you know, it has a chance. So it goes up to Iceland there, and then comes down and starts heading towards Canada. So the hinkley stuff is now heading towards Canada, or it will do. And so what I'll do here, I'm just going to sort of zero in here on the UK. Just pull out a little bit. And so you should be able to see that. And I'm going to press play, and you should be able to see what happens next. So the winds at the top there start pulling round, and they basically head back, but they could also twirl around, but they sort of seem to be following that, and then that sort of peters out apparently. But Greenland and Iceland are definitely on the target list for this. So I'll just stop that there, and basically there you go. So, you know, for now we have this circulatory pattern, and as you can see, when I press play, you'll see that this circulatory pattern sort of forms a little bit more solidly. So, you know, the stuff that's coming here heads north and comes back and hits Norway basically. So all the European and possibly Hinkley. Hinkley may end up further north up in Norway, but I think so. Basically, there will be a shift, and I think Norway is definitely the place where we're going to see some slight rises and peaks and switch offs and what have you. So I'll be keeping an eye on that, and we'll have a quick look at that now. Hi guys, just taking you to Radnet here, and we're going to Norway, and I wanted to show you a couple of graphs that kind of show how the European contamination is topping up the contamination that exists there. And as we move up the spine of Norway, you'll see that the contamination is dropping off, as you would expect, with you know, sort of wash off and what have you. Although that's going into the lower regions, you know, and bioaccumulating. The stuff in the north of Norway, sorry, the south of Norway is actually accumulating more and not dropping. It had a little drop and then it's come back up again. So here we go. I'm going to go to this one first, and that's sort of kind of Donbass. We've got Donbass. Yeah, I think we'll do Donbass because that's up in the mountains. So let's do this. And right, this is Donbass, and I just wanted to show you that when we get to the end of the month, we've gone from sort of 0.9 up to 0.10, and the increase started on the 13th, well, maybe the 11th of the 3rd. That was just kind of after the hinkley stuff, and I'm just going to show you that, you know, at the start of the pre-Fukushima, basically we're looking at 0.9 as it is now, but it raised up to about 0.1213, I would say. So there was a reasonable increase here, and obviously the drop off, and it's got back down to, or maybe even a bit lower, 0.8, and then there's a little kick up at the end here, which has brought us back up, which is the hinkley. That's basically hinkley, that little nudge at the bottom there, at the end of the graph there. Just zoom in so you get a clear view of that. Hinkley. A nice little switch off there. 5th, sort of on the 9th in September. Mercure. And then obviously at the start there, Fukushima. So, and I think from the 6th to the 7th, by the 8th we were getting the Hungary sort of reactor going off, and then all the other stuff that happened, and finally Hinkley, which is quite very sharply brought. And I'll just take you down to show you here. the recovery is